So I'm James, I'm an addict. I pretty much hit my 1 year mark this month. That's the same time of about the second week of November is when I checked into New London Detox. And I've been there so many times at different detoxes or different, probably 5 or 6 different programs. But honestly, like when I went on probation for the incident that happened with me and my friend a long time ago, actually a month before that fight happened, I was off probation because I just got off. So then when the fight happened, I get a warrant out, I get arrested. We're all arrested for fighting and just this big thing. And I didn't really care for all these years. The only reason I didn't get violated in 2019 or 20 when I basically should, because I left programs that I'm still using, was me going to a program and going to a sober house, which you can still get violated and they'll serve the warrant when you get home. But COVID hit and the PO called me on the phone. They stopped seeing their clients. They stopped having to go up there and do urines. They stopped, they called me, and I guess I had some fines I had to pay to probation or something. Not sure exactly what. And the lady I talked to, I didn't realize, I would see her again and she would be my PO for getting on probation another time. So basically, I'm just saying, like, I've been using since 18, Adderall, pills. I didn't get into like heroin, crack until later in my 20s. Used to just be drinking, maybe take a Vic or two or Xanax, but nothing big. When I started shooting up heroin in 2013 in Virginia, when I lived in Suffolk, Virginia, I think I used to go with my friend to get it. I used to drive him and I always used to sniff the dope, but he wanted to shoot it. So then I thought about it one day. I'm like driving, I'm like, maybe I'll try it, and I stopped using heroin. I was going on and off with it. But in 2015, when I was put into rehab, I ended up getting on methadone that same year, and then later after the methadone, it just numbed me so much, and I thought going up 5-10 milligrams I would get high over time, but it doesn't work like that. So then I got the Suboxone for a while. I couldn't get high on that, and I still can't get high. But what's funny is I can still get high on the Sublocade shot. It's the same thing as Suboxone, but the shot is like 300 milligrams and it lasts like 28 days to a month. When I started getting the shot, I thought it was good and everything until, I was still getting high on coke and crack and pills, but I couldn't do opiates. Well, one day one of my buddies left 3 bundles of just straight fentanyl in my car, and then I drove home. I didn't realize the bags were there. Good thing I saw it. So they were sitting there for a while, Sorry. I was watching TV and deciding if I want to get high or not, but I really couldn't because I didn't have money. So I was like, fuck it, The Sublocade doesn't have the blocker in it, but the Sublocade also floods the receptors like methadone does to the receptors. So there's so much, and it can't activate from the Suboxone. From the Sublocade, opiates and all that can't activate the opioid receptors in the brain because methadone, Suboxone floods those receptors. Well, anyways, the Sublocade shot is just the Suboxone medicine that's in Suboxone, but it doesn't have the naltrexone. But the interesting part about it is when I found those 3 bags, I was on the Sublocade shot, and I tried a line of fentanyl. It was late at night, and I felt it. I felt like maybe I wasn't intensely until I had to do more to where I feel it. Your first hit is kind of better than the other ones, but because my opiate receptors are flooded from the Sublocade, the Suboxone shot, but I ended up doing all those 3 bundles between that night and the next day. But that still really wasn't my thing because I'm on Sublocade. So if I use fentanyl, whatever, I think heroin is not strong enough to pass the Sublocade shot. I don't think it's strong enough to knock off the Sublocade Suboxone medicine on your receptors. But fentanyl apparently does activate like 5 or 10% of your receptors in your brain. What the doctor told me at Waterstone, because I went there to get on Suboxone because I was using, starting to get used to fentanyl and everything. When I realized, you know, I can get high still on the Sublocade shot, then I bought it and stuff. But me already being on a opiate-like medicine like Suboxone helped me not go through withdrawal, basically, if I just can't get it, fentanyl that one day, or I didn't have money that one day. So, I mean, there's a lot of work I got to do, but it helped me. So basically, I went and I got to the doctor, and I talked to the doctor and said, you know, I'm still able to use on the Sublocade shot. So I explained that to him, and that's when he told me like 5-10% of your opiate receptors are still open, and that Suboxone doesn't touch those last two. But if fentanyl or something is sniffed or shot or whatever, it will activate those 5-10 last receptors. So then I got on Suboxone. But the way back is methadone keep me clean off alcohol, because when I first got into methadone, I was drinking every day, every morning for months, for a long time. And then when I got in the methadone shot, I went on the methadone syrup stuff, medicine, I, over time, got better and got cleaner. Yeah, so it really helped me with my sobriety and living good. But yeah, methadone helped me get over the alcohol cravings and all that. But the bad side effect about the methadone is it just made me so numb. I couldn't feel anything, like literally. So I switched to Suboxone. Went to a lot of rehab, to a lot of detoxes, but this year I'm clean a year next week.